We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington football team. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This will make it into the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Sanders' first carry of the game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Sanders. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
First down, Philadelphia.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Huntley. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line, 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Sanders there with a first down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Huntley. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. from the gun. Huntley. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. On 1st and 10, Huntley. Now they go screen. It's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now Scoville. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Huntley. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chase Young. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 24, check 24. Back. 18 Cotton, 18 Cotton.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Washington.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The Sanders on 1st down with a little bit of space as he works his way forward, a gain of 4.
43-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Off the play fake. Huntley being chased out left, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Hey, man. Watch the booth. Watch 50, watch 50, watch 50. It's our time. It's our time.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Fletcher Cox able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Antonio Gibson.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
For the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot where they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Huntley into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
56, the mic, boy. 56. Check 56. Good track, good track. Hey, smash. Over here, over here. 70 Ranger, 56. Mike, 56, right there, right there.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the Eagles' 11-yard line.
Let's go. Just like that. Just like that. Check 55 to mine. Check 55. We taking wins, huh? 55 is mine, guys. 55. Hey, what's the lane? Mike 55. Mike 55. All day, baby. All day.
Back to throw here. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Devontae Adams, his second touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken the lead.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Sanders. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Huntley to throw. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. To throw, Huntley. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll run. It's Sanders. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 79.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The final shot before break. Huntley going deep here for Allen. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 11. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action.
Let's go to work, y'all. Let's go to work.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
For Philadelphia.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 52.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. I smell fear in that offense. Hey, check right. Watching your guard. Cut my team.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. On the return, it's White. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw. Huntley. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Third down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw on third down, Huntley. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. And we got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Let's make these babies cry right now.
To throw on 2nd down, Huntley. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 19 yards away. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Eagles 27, Washington 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead. Let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
Throwing on 1st down. Huntley caught by the tight end Ertz. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Off play action. Huntley. Sliding out of the pocket and seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Huntley. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-round?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
57 to Mike.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Washington on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Washington.
He'll get a couple yards on that one. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. 70 Lion. 57's Mike. Watch the sled. Watch the sled. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Hey, let's get off the field.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Defensively, you've got the nice lead here in the 4th quarter. You're saying, if they want to get a run of a little over 10 yards, that's okay.
I hear what you're doing there, and I think you're onto something. They've loosened up on defense, so don't get fooled by the nice runs you're getting now. You've got to get bigger plays, possibly think about throwing the football a bit more here.
He was just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Washington on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Watch the back. Watch the back. 57. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
55. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Too little. 70 range.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Hawk 70.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
got a man. It's Gibson complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Washington on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Again, he'll drop the throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 50 seconds to mine. 53. Let's go, D.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now a 1st down throw complete downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
On the play.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Come on now. Let's go.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms. And when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, Huntley. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On first down, he'll drop the throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts.
It's a gain of 8.
As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
37-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
55. See me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Mark 55. Mark 55. Let's go.
And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 22 yards there, a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Eagles 37, Washington 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Eagles, They're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.